You are tuned into the Black Nation of Israel. This is a continuing series. This is a continuation of a series of videos that I'm doing about illegal immigration. Our people, Negroes of slave descent, you need to be really upset and concerned about illegal immigration. The reason why is because it's affecting, it might not affect you if you are retired, or if you are getting a check from the government, like a Social Security check, or if you are physically disabled, you might not be worried about it. But if you have any children or grandchildren, or even just your niece or nephews have to go to school with illegal immigrants, or have to even work, have to compete with illegal immigrants in the workplace, you should be concerned about illegal immigrant invasion. You should be concerned about it. Even if you do not have to work anymore, you still should be concerned about it, because Negroes of slave descent is your family. All Negroes of slave descent is your family, or global family. You see, if you see a Negro of slave descent, that's your family. And in the workplace, young adults will have to compete with immigrants, you see. And some of them are very racist toward Negroes of slave descent. Because see, when they come to America, they are told that they view us in a bad light, in a negative way, you see. And I'm going to be bringing out more information about this illegal immigration. And this is one of the reasons why Donald Trump probably was impeached. He was trying to build a wall. That goes against the New World Order, the one world government. A wall goes against the New World Order and the one world government. The coming one world government that is prophesied in the book of Revelation. And the White House Speaker, Nancy Pelosi, Charles Schumer, and Paul Ryan did nothing to stop the illegal immigration policies. They did nothing to stop the illegal immigrant invasion. Also, Nancy Pelosi, Charles, some people call him Chuck Schumer, Charles Schumer, and Paul Ryan, all of them support DACA. DACA. The abbreviation is DACA. For those of you who don't know what DACA means, it means the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals. Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals. It means an American immigration policy that allows illegal immigrants in the U.S. after being brought to the country as children to receive a renewable 2-year period from deportation and become eligible for a work permit in the U.S. That's just like saying that when they are brought here by their parents, by their immigrant parents, they will be stopped from, they don't have to worry about deportation, and they can receive a work permit. Their status can be renewed every 2 years. Every 2 years it can be renewed. They're eligible to work. If they was not born in America, but they was brought here by their parents, immigrant parents, then they can stay here. And they would have to renew it every 2 years. And they can work in the U.S. See, that's the same children that'll grow up and take the jobs away from Negroes. Now, there is a difference between white Americans and Negroes in America who is against illegal immigration. See, there is a difference. Some white people, the reason why they don't like immigration, illegal immigration, the immigrants coming over here, is not that because of the jobs like we are. They don't like illegal immigration because America, when they go certain places in America, America doesn't look like the America like it was back in the early 1950s and 40s. That's how they want America to be. And they're mad about it. When they go in certain places, the majority of the people are multiculturalism, mixed races of people, and white people don't like that. They don't see they people. They see immigrants in the majority of the population. That's what they don't like. But us Negroes, we don't like immigration because we're suffering job loss and unemployment. White people, they can easily get a job because their people are in head of the corporations. So there is a difference, you see. Okay, and also continuing, Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer and Paul Ryan and most of the Congress people, they support DACA and they support anchor babies. The anchor babies is a child who was purposely brought while in the womb to the U.S. by a foreigner or a immigrant. So they can receive citizenship upon their birth. That's what an anchor baby means. And all three of them, Nancy, Charles, and Paul Ryan, supports that. Donald Trump was against that. And I agree with him. I agree with Donald Trump. We should stop illegal immigration. We the ones that's suffering the most from illegal immigration. Congress didn't stood by and did nothing about illegal immigration. 535 people in Congress, and they did nothing. A lot of people don't know that illegal immigration just about destroyed European culture today, from overpopulation and multiculturalism. But this country, America, haven't learned from that. Do a search on European culture, and illegal immigration has just about destroyed European culture with overpopulation and multiculturalism. But the powers that be, the global elite, the people who run Europe, they planned it like that. You see, that was their plan and their strategy, because they support a one world government. But the ordinary common citizens didn't like it. They are perplexed about it. But the people the aristocracy of Europe and the global elites that run Europe, they know what they've done to Europe. Multiculturalism and immigration has destroyed European culture. America has not learned from that. Well, the people has not learned from that in America, because the news media do not report on that. CNN, they would not tell you that. You would only hear that from people like me and other alternative sources, channels on YouTube or some other platform on the internet. Bible prophecy tells us that an end-time world government is coming. And illegal immigration is part of that end-time world government. Just like they promote a one world religion, a one world bank, a one world court. They already have that in place, a one world court and a world bank, a world court also. You see, it's not in God's will for humanity to be under multiculturalism, under a one world government in one place. We've seen that in Genesis chapter 11. Now I'm going to be going into the scriptures about the Tower of Babel. And I'm going to end the video with the story about the Tower of Babel. Babel means confusion. That's what multiculturalism and illegal immigration does to a civilization. And it was like that in Babel, at the Tower of Babel. Tower of Babel. Genesis chapter 11, starting with verse 1. And the whole earth was of one language and of one speech. And it came to pass, as they journeyed from the east, that they found a plain in Shinar. in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. And they said one to another, Go to, let us make brick, and burn them thoroughly. And they had brick for stone, and slime had they for mortar. And they said, Go to, let us build us a city, and a tower, whose top may reach unto heaven. And let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth. That's what they doing now with this one world government that they trying to construct. A new world order is code for a one world government. When we seen George Bush Sr. make that statement, they will be successful with their plan for a new world order. That was a code phrase for a one world government. Verse 5. And the Lord Yahuwah came down to see the city and the tower, which the children of men builded. And Yahuwah said, Behold, the people is one, and they have all one language. And this they begin to do. And now nothing will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do. See, this was multiculturalism. It was multiculturalism under one government. And it was not orchestrated from the Heavenly Father. Anytime something is not orchestrated, it's not righteous from. Anytime something is not righteous from the Heavenly Father, it's not going to be prosperous, and it's not righteous. And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower, which the children of men builded. And Yahuwah said, Behold, the people is one, and they have all one language. And this they began to do, and now nothing will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do. Go to, let us go down, and they'll confound their language, or confuse. Confound means confuse the language. This is why we have multiple languages today. This is why other people have different languages in the world today, other races of people, because of what happened during this time, during the Tower of Babel. Go to, let us go down, and they'll confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. Just like we see today, we don't understand certain, the English cannot stand Chinese language. You know, certain people can't stand the other people's language. We cannot understand it unless they go to school and learn the language. But other than that, you cannot understand somebody else's language from another race of people. Verse 8, So Yahuwah scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth, and they left off to build the city. Therefore is the name of it called Babel, because Yahuwah did there confound the language of all the earth, and from thence did Yahuwah scatter them abroad upon the face of all the earth. He stopped that attempt to build that new world order during that time, or that one world government during that time. They was just like Luciferians, the ones that was orchestrating, the ones that planned it out. They was like Luciferians of that time, trying to be like the Most High, because they were trying to go up to heaven and be like the Most High. That's what happened in the book of Isaiah, in the book of Isaiah, where it says, "How art thou fallen down, O Lucifer? How art thou fallen, O Lucifer?" He said he wanted to be like the Heavenly Father. He wanted to be like God and ascend into heaven. This is what they was doing in the Tower of Babel. During the Tower of Babel, they were trying to go into heaven. See, and the same we have today. Today we have Luciferians who is trying to build the New World Order today. They are Luciferians today who worship Lucifer. They don't care nothing about the the people of the world. They believe that they are the only ones that's worthy of the knowledge, and all the other people on the world are not worthy to know what they know. And they trying to be like the Heavenly Father, which is why, we see a lot of evil and sadistic things today. Like with the cloning. The cloning is, they trying to be like God with cloning. You see? Only the Heavenly Father is allowed to do that. But they are tampering with things that is going to bring the wrath of the supreme Heavenly Father, the supreme God, on them. And they're going to suffer the wrath of the Heavenly Father. Okay, this is the end of the video. Peace.